All right, Mac, let's wrap it up here with some best bets for this episode. I know you were going back and forth on the Knicks or Magic game, maybe anything else that camera cast your mind here, but what do you want to give out as your best bet for this episode?
Yeah, so I strong lean to the Knicks, strong lean to the Pistons. Parlay them, I think they're both going to win. But my best bet is going to be an if then. If the Nuggets beat the Rockets, it's a good game. They are currently 2.5 point dogs on Friday. You want to have time to bet it? You might be watching it right now. Sometimes I listen to a podcast while I have a game on in the background, or vice versa. Doesn't make sense, vice versa. But you know what I'm saying. Well, yeah, no, sometimes I listen to the game while I'm doing something else. Yeah, but you hear what I'm saying. If the Rockets are currently beating the Nuggets are going to come back and kill the Kings in Russell Westbrook's return to Denver tomorrow. Man, what a tough schedule for the Kings. They've faced the Thunder 3 times. This is the third time they're going to face the Nuggets. However, if the Nuggets lose, if the Nuggets beat the Rockets, then I think the game matters that much less. I think we might get a player or two that is sitting. And I think that 12.5 currently up on Bet Online will be quickly moved, and you want to be part of that movement. So I'm gonna steal one from RJ, who's done this on a couple of recent pods, but it makes sense to me, and it's how bettors think. So we're giving you the tools to make fish or whatever you want to do with it, fish fry. If the Nuggets beat the Rockets, fade them the next day. They're going to go 1-1 ATS is my essential statement. If the Nuggets vice versa, then vice versa. You hear what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my best bet for Saturday's card. I might have some other plays. You can check me out on pregame.com, but very virgin lines. We're giving you our first look at what we got here for the Saturday card.
Yeah, so I do like the Nuggets here, regardless. I think if they win against the Rockets or not, it's just more of a fate of the Sacramento Kings team. Then I
Russell
guess maybe
Westbrook revenge game. You don't see it?
I look, he could go out there and get a triple double, but he could also go out there and shoot 6 for 21 and shoot the team out of the game there as well,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Um, but I think it's also like you mentioned, contingent if we see a couple of these guys sitting here. So I'll mention this. I agree with you on laying the points here if Jokic and Murray and those guys are playing in this game, but also like their team total to go over as well if those guys are in. But you know what? Even with the Bulls playing here on Friday night, Mac, another team that I do want to fade, as far as their defense goes, is the Washington Wizards. And the Chicago Bulls are one of the teams that are playing at a very, very high pace.
Yep.
And they've been very, very effective on the offensive side. Um, so
So
I'm gonna
you're gonna lay it with the Bulls?
I don't want to lay 13 points with the Bulls, but I'm looking at the over in that game at
Okay.
245. I think the Wizards can still get points up because they are one of the teams that are playing at a faster pace, but they haven't been very efficient. But a team that I can bank on for the Bulls is probably them putting up 130 points. And then I'm just asking about 115 from the Wizards, which just based on the pace, I think that they can get to in this game. And we know we talked about how, especially this season early on, we're seeing a lot of teams getting up and down, and it's been unprecedented of what the start has been. And yes, the books have adjusted. Yes, it is a big number at 245 for both these teams. But I still think that that defense is going to be definitely questionable for the Wizards. So don't be surprised if you see the Bulls walk into 130, 135 points here. They're not asking much from the Wizards side here. So I'll root for points in this game between the Wizards and the Bulls. I'll take the over 245 as my best bet for the Saturday card.
I don't mind that at all. Looking at it, they've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-1 to the over in totals over 236. This will be the highest total of the season, but I like that general trend, and it agrees with your thought process and mine, which is they're going to play artificially fast. They're going to get a ton of shots up. The Bulls are very comfortable with that. Maybe one of the more comfortable teams in the league saying, "Oh, you want us to shoot in 5 seconds because you're going to give us that opening? We will take that opportunity. Make or miss, get the rebound, and the next team will shoot. There's a additive effect, which I do think leads to overs among faster-paced teams with the Wizards, which is what the data shows. I like the Bulls here. Hearing you talk about it, I think the Wizards are like playing a scrimmage game. They're not playing real basketball. They're
Yeah.
saying we want to get the ball back. Like that's their intention. The Bulls are and Josh Giddey and Buzelis and everything that they're doing is this is going to be like their ideal practice scenario. So I think they run away with it. 13 isn't enough for the Bulls laying it here.
Yeah, one more note I'll add about the over since the 2021 season when the Bulls are on a back to back or second leg of a back to back, I should say. The third most profitable team towards the over 36 and 25, 59%
Yeah.
towards the
Don't get
over.
hurt out there. Just keep
Yeah.
shooting. Just keep
Yes. Keep
shooting.
shooting. Keep shooting and more importantly, make it is what we're hoping for here. The only two teams in front of them as far as overs on back to backs, the Minnesota Timberwolves 64.9%, and the LA Lakers at 60% on the second leg of a back to back. So there you go. All right, I think that's going to do it here, Mac, for this edition of the NBA podcast on RJ Bell's Dream Preview. Anything else you want to mention to our loyal listeners before we get our weekend started?
I guess I'm going to try to get you guys more picks on these podcasts. I know you can go to pregame.com and subscribe for me. It would extremely help me out. I can't tell you how much it would help me out. But that said, you know, this podcast gave me the opportunity to start selling picks and start doing other things out here in the world. So I got to pay homage to my original fan base, all 7 of you guys. So at least 3 picks and a player prop next week, guaranteed. You can write it down.
Yeah, there you go. You could take that one to the bank for sure. All right, yeah, we'll be back next week for more NBA content. And of course, you can find myself and Mac on the various pods for the football season as well. So do us a favor, check those out as well. But enjoy the games this weekend. Hopefully, we did find a ways to put money in your pocket, and we'll talk to you guys down the road.